China has said that the United States shooting down the balloon, this is again about the Chinese spy balloon that was witnessed over the United States over the last week, has seriously impacted and damaged relations. This is what AFP has reported. Now, a U.S. Air Force fighter jet on Saturday, remember, had shot down the balloon off of the coast of South Carolina a week after it first entered U.S. airspace. We're crossing over to CNN News 18, Siddhant Mishra to tell us more. Siddhant, pretty interesting statement coming in from China saying that U.S. shooting down the balloon seriously impacted and damaged relations. But tell us more about what China has previously said about the balloon being over the United States airspace in the first place.
Absolutely, and in fact, the relations have taken a major hit. This all started during Trump regime's trade war, if you remember, followed by COVID mismanagement and the spread of the COVID, the way United States campaigned against China, and in fact, Trump used to call it a Chinese virus. Then, tensions post the Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. And in fact, those 2 months were also were bad for China-America relations, because post the Nancy Pelosi, even at the time of the visit, then post that, there were a lot of statements, counter statements coming from both the sides. But last year, during G20 meeting, on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Indonesia, when Xi Jinping and President Biden met, it was decided to de-escalate the tensions. It was decided that there is going to be the follow-up meetings of senior bureaucrats and of the rank of cabinet secretary, and both the countries are going to give efforts to de-escalate the tension. But it looks like when the efforts were being made, in fact, at a bureaucratic level, and in fact, Secretary of State Antony Blinken was expected to visit China this week. Before that only, this one balloon was spotted over American airspace, and in fact, this is a Chinese balloon. This was a Chinese balloon, and in fact, China accepted that it is our balloon. United States is calling it a spy balloon, where China has to say that this balloon has nothing to do with snooping. It got deflected because of the winds, and the main purpose of this balloon was to gather more information about climate. And this is what China said in its first statement. Also, China said that the shooting down of the balloon was not a matured act by United States, and in fact, the way they have televised it, they have recorded a video of balloon shooting down, and it got circulated, and then the American news channels are also running that video. So China has to say that US should have acted in a calmer and poised manner. They have acted in aggression. And China also has to say that it was not a snooping, aerial snooping object. The balloon got deflected accidentally because of the winds.
One thing that you're saying, which is quite interesting about how China has responded to this, Siddhant, is that China is saying that the balloon actually went into US airspace because of the wind. But let's say that is actually valid. If something like that happens, is it not important for China to then inform the US government of such a situation?
Absolutely, and in fact, no, I'm coming back to what I was saying. So what happened when China said this, that the balloon got deflected? In fact, yesterday some of the global media have reported that China has suspended the chief of the meteorological department to substantiate the statement which they made on a first day, that balloon accidentally got deflected. So China again wants to prove that it has nothing to do with surveillance of the key security installation. It has nothing to do with snooping. It wasn't an aerial spy object. It was just a balloon to gather more information about climate. But again, a nation cannot violate the sovereign airspace of other nation. And when this object was spotted by United States, at that time also China did not respond on time. It was Chinese state media which was doing commentary. It was Chinese state media which was making fun of American air defense system. And look, when they have shot it down, China has to say that it was not a surveillance, it was not for the surveillance purpose. It was to gather more information about the climate. So on one end, Chinese state media, Global Times, make fun of US air defense system, of US security setup. On the other end, China say that why have you shot it down? It was our balloon, but it had nothing to do with the snooping. So the tensions are escalating. This entire incident has got bad name for Biden administration. In fact, the opposition party in US is questioning the Biden administration that why delay was shown to shoot the balloon down, why US took 4 days to shoot the balloon down, and also raises question on the air defense mechanism existing in United States. In fact, China has already done a commentary. Their state media is making fun of US air defense system. But in fact, internally also, the Pentagon and White House is facing a lot of questions from their own people that what mechanism do we have to shoot such balloons down, because even the internal report of United States tell us that China doesn't have one or two balloons; they have a fleet of such balloons.
Absolutely,
So
and
today
we
they
will
have
continue to
done
track this
this
right
with
now. Siddharth,
United.
I do want you to